This is a Mantis Sports Media presentation of 16th Region and 62nd District basketball action. We'd like to welcome you back to West Carter High School and Harold Holbrook Athletic Complex West and John Hop Brown Court for tonight's senior action. We'll try to get that. We'll get the camera back up and running here in just a second. Had an error message on the screen, but we'll get that back up and going here for you. There we go. But it is senior night here at West Carter. And we're going to try to get everything rolling for you here. Of course, they just had the senior night ceremony a little bit earlier, and we will get back to that here momentarily. And we will show you that as it occurred a little bit later on. So it's where we were a little bit later on getting on the air here tonight. Of course, this is not a deja vu again, but this is a game that we seen last night, and definitely a good matchup for West Carter last night as they easily rolled over Morgan County last night. By a final score of 73-44, and so should be another good, hopefully good night for them as well. We'll see what kind of adjustments that these teams made. But of course, we are going to be having the West Carter Comets now 8-3 on the season, and they picked up their first district win last night, and so they're undefeated in the district. Of course, kind of unusual. They don't have East Carter on the schedule so far yet. We'll have to see if that's going to be in the cards or not, because a lot of the games that they did have had been removed due to COVID situations on there. And, of course, we are getting closer and closer down to the district tournament. And they're going to be taking on, of course, tonight the Morgan County Cougars 4-2 on the season so far. And they fell last night to 1-2 in the district. Their only victory coming from Elliott County a little bit earlier on in the season. And so it should be an interesting night here tonight. As we said, it was a quick game last night. We was back on the road in about an hour and a half after the starting out tip. We hope that things go hopefully just as well for the Comets here tonight. As well, so we'll be keeping an eye on them and see what kind of adjustments have been made because as we mentioned that probably both of these teams probably spent a little bit of time today in the gym with a little bit of some shoot around time and some last minute instructions because usually that's the big thing that you have to do to try to get things taken care of and done, try to make those adjustments right before coming back in for especially a district matchup. And with this short season and everything, each of these district games are going to be important. It gives them a chance to see who they're going to be playing and who that they may be going against. And looks like we'll get the camera back on here in a minute. Had to borrow the SD card to show the game, but we'll get that power back on here momentarily. I think I know what I did. I forgot to plug it back in. That's one thing when you're the jack of all trades and everything, the master technician and the live on-air personality, you get to do just a little bit of everything. And so we've got that back up and running, so we won't have that little no power off signal as well, and the no SD card. We'll get everything back on and rolling for you. But as we said, should be a good night tonight, hopefully for the West Carter, and hopefully pick up another victory here as they're going to be taking on, like I said, the same team that they took on last night. And so, as we've seen, of course, last night a little bit unusual. Tyson Webb was held scoreless, and that's kind of unusual out there for him. But it was the night of the big men last night. Trevor Callahan with 22 points, Logan Berry with 11. Came out firing on all cylinders. And then, of course, Gage Lettingham had a good last night at 18. Of course, they held down the Big Four players from Morgan County. Held Connor Gillum to 11 points, held down Chandler Linden to 9, and Levi Maybe to 7. And so that should be, hopefully we'll be taking a look at those players again here tonight as they go through. But we'll take a moment here just to go ahead and show you a little bit of those festivities that went on a little bit earlier on here tonight. So this is the senior night festivities that happened here momentarily. So we'll watch that, and we'll come back here and get you some more stats and everything and get ready to roll here for West Carter Morgan County round 2 in 2 days. So here is the senior night activities that happened just a little bit ago.
Senior sports teams that Trevor has participated in is basketball for 4 years, baseball for 5 years, golf for 3 years. Other activities and clubs he participated in include FBLA, Carter County Youth Leadership, Talent Search. His hobbies include hunting, fishing, and spending time with family and friends. Trevor's future plans are to further his academic and athletic career studying business management and playing baseball at Morehead State University. Senior number 11, Trevor Callum. Number 14, Hunter Samuels. Hunter is escorted tonight by his parents, Becky and Jason Samuels. Sports teams participated in include 5 years of West Carter boys soccer, 3 years of tennis, 3 years of boys basketball. Other activities and clubs he participated in include previous member of FBLA, and Hunter is a member of the Salmons racing team. His future plans are to gain a teaching degree and teach at the high school level and will like to coach future athletes. Senior number 14, Hunter Samuels. Number 25, Logan Berry. Logan is escorted tonight by his mother, Andy Webb. His sports teams participated in include 3 years of football, 1 year of basketball. Other clubs and activities he participated in include 3 years FBLA, 3 years Pep Club. His future plans are to graduate, start a business, and live a long life. Number 25, Number 30, Gage Lettingham. Gage is represented by Corey and Angela Phelps and Michael and Jessica Lettingham. Other teams participated in include football, basketball, track and baseball. Clubs and activities include FBLA. Gage's future plans, and this does not surprise me one bit about Gage, marry a hot wife and make a lot of money. Number 30, Gage Lettingham. Number 33, Tyson Webb. Tyson is escorted tonight by his parents, Carol and Kelly Webb. Sports teams he participated in include basketball for 5 years, golf for 6 years. Other activities and clubs include STLP, FBLA, Carter County Youth Leadership, a member of the Carter Christian Church. Tyson's future plans are undecided, but pursuing basketball and golf in college. Senior, number 33, Tyson Webb. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our senior class. Let's get on the floor and give them a big round of applause.
And that was the senior night festivities that happened just a little bit ago. And we do want to take time to congratulate our seniors, Logan Berry, Trevor Callahan, Hunter Sammons, Gage Lettingham, and Tyson Webb. So they've done fantastic job this year, and we want to wish them all just the best of luck. We'll take a few commercial breaks here, and we'll be back here momentarily with some information about last night and maybe a little bit about what to expect today. So you are watching 16th Region and 62nd District basketball here on Manta Sports Media live on Facebook and YouTube. So we'll be back here in just a few moments.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And we're back here at John Hop Brown Court. Of course, on the game that we seen here live on Manta Sports Media yesterday, of course, the West Carter Comets beat the Morgan County Cougars 73-43. And so for the last 11 pair-ups between these two teams, West Carter leads right now 8-3 on the series and this is over the last 4 years. Of course, a little information about the girls All-A Classic tournament. They are going to be playing tomorrow, and I believe that should be at Walton Verona, and that's just south of Cincinnati. And they're going to be playing at 2 p.m., and we're going to try to see if we can try to find who's possibly maybe broadcasting that game and try to see if we can get you that information out as well. Haven't heard anything yet, but they're going to be taking on Walton Verona at 2 o'clock at Walton Verona. And like I said, that's just a little bit south of Cincinnati. Of course, as far as the boys All-A Classic, they are going to be taking on St. Henry. And that game is going to be here, and I believe that's going to be Tuesday, March 2nd. And so that's going to be, Tuesday, March 2nd. And that game is going to be at 5:30. So it's going to be an early game. We'll be on the air at 5:15 to bring you that second round All-A Classic state sectional game. Of course, the winners of those games will be heading down to EKU to play in McBrayer Arena, and that is one thing that it's a little bit different. Usually the tournament is played in its entirety down at Eastern Kentucky University, but they're going to have the first 2 rounds at individual schools, and then the tournament is actually going to be held on March 5th and March 6th. That is there. So the girls, if West Carter does advance on, they'll be playing, if they win tomorrow night, they're going to be playing March 5th at 2:30. That's on a Friday. The boys, if they win on Tuesday, they'll be playing March 5th at 7:30. And so that will be the time slots for those 2 teams if they do advance on out of the second round. And, of course, all of those games we've been notified is going to be they've sold the rights to the game down to, I believe it's a Prep Spin. And that link should be still in on our Facebook page. We'll try to get that and repost that back up if the teams win on tomorrow and on Tuesday. And then Prep Spin will be the only ones that will be broadcasting that live. Of course, you can probably catch it on the radio as well. with the Schoolboy Radio Network. I think usually Cool Hits takes care of that on that end there. But we're getting ready to go here before too long. Morgan County is settling in, going over some last-minute plans. As we said last night, that West Carter defense really did the job, causing 22 turnovers last night. And as we said, they had a fantastic, of course, the offense had a fantastic shooting night as well. As they, from the field, they shot 57.4% all night, 63.6% from the two-point range, and 47.6% from behind the arc. Of course, it was a pretty clean game foul-wise for them. Only went to the line twice last night, and they were 1 of 2. Of course, Morgan County didn't have that great of a shooting game last night. They were 37.9% from the two-point range, and they were 50% from behind the arc. And they took 17 trips to the charity stripe and got 10 of those. And so that was last night's events and their stats out there, and we're going to be getting ready to go here at West Carter as we're going to be honoring America as soon as we get the officials out here this evening, and we'll be honoring America with the playing of the national anthem, and then we will be getting ready for the starting lineups for West Carter and Morgan County. And now we're going to get ready here for the starting lineups. We're starting out with the visiting Morgan County Cougars. Currently 4-2 on the season. And at guard, wearing number 2, Levi Mayap. And at the other guard, number 11, Connor Gillum. And at 4, number 21, Logan Spencer. And at 4, number 25, A.J. Conley. And then at center, number 34, Chandler Liddon. And Matthew Perry, the coach of the Morgan County Cougars. And now we're going to get ready here for the home team on the scoreboard, the West Carter Comets. And at center, the senior wearing number 11, Trevor Callahan, had a fantastic night last night. And then senior number 14, Hunter Sammons at guard. And then at forward, wearing number 25, Logan Berry, another senior. And then at guard, the senior wearing number 30, Gage Lettingham. And then at the other guard, the senior wearing number 33, Tyson Webb. It's one of those that just kind of works out ever so much that they did have 5 seniors. I know when I've coached before, you know, if you got more than a starting lineup's worth of seniors out there, it's tough to make the decision on who to start. But they got started out, there are 5 seniors, so they'll be on the receiving end this time period. Morgan County is going to have the ball to start things out here in the first period. And we are underway. Morgan County. Last night they got most of their points in the paint or near around the paint in their penetration, mainly from Gillum. Looks like they're back in the motion offense to start out. Wes Carter's in a man-to-man defense. A lot of cutting and moving as Mayab gets it back out to the top of the key to Conley. Conley's going to drive the lane, kicks it all the way out to the 3, plows over Callahan, no call. Gets it to Linden. Linden tries to get it down into the post, but off the West Carter foot, but Morgan County maintains. And no good on the shot. Logan Berry with his first rebound of the night. As we said, an unusual situation with Tyson Webb not getting any points last night. And there's a good spin move by Trevor Callahan getting the first points here of the game. Down in the paint. He had a fantastic night last night. As we said, you know, the players all stepped up and took their roles on very well last night, and they're looking for hopefully a repeat performance here, especially on senior night. And Lettingham's going to be leading in just a little bit, and he picks up his first foul. And so that's his first, team's first of the half. Not a whole lot of fouls by West Carter in the first half last time. Sometimes, you know, a few of them will get in foul trouble pretty quick, but they played a pretty clean game last night, and hopefully another clean game tonight. Spin move there by Spencer. Puts a shot up, and he's going to draw the foul. And that foul is going to go against number 14, Hunter Sammons, and that's going to be his first, team second. Logan Spencer gets the first one to roll in for him, and he's going to be shooting a second. That shot's up. Drills it in, ties the ball game up at 2 apiece. West Carter moving the ball quickly down the court, gets it to Sammons on the wing. Gets it to Callahan, back out to Sammons. He's going to pop the 3, no good. Rebounded Mayab of Morgan County. Gillum, very good ball handler. As I said, you know, he made lots of good plays trying to get into the paint, but couldn't get the shots to fall for him. He's going to pop up a 3 right here and gets that one to fall in. So Morgan County gets their first lead of the game at 5-2 off of the Gillum 3-point shot. Berry gets it out to Callahan, over and down on the corner. Cross court over to Sammons. Sammons fakes the shot, gets it back to Webb, and Webb gets his first 2 points tonight. So Morgan County's not going to shut him out again tonight. Of course, Tyson Webb, the leading scorer for West Carter this season. But last night held scoreless against these Cougars. Of course, most of the pressure was on him. There's a shot there by Connor Gillum, no good. Rebounded Wes Carter. Good look there by Callahan trying to get Gage Lettingham on the cut down, but deflected there by Morgan County. Of course, the good and bad about playing a team 2 days in a row, of course, there's not a great amount of time to make a lot of changes, but at the same token, if you have an easier game, kind of like the Comets did last night, hopefully they don't let up on that here today. Of course, that shot goes off the hands of Webb and out of bounds. Morgan County's ball. 5-4 right now. Morgan County still on top. Of course, last night they did put the pressure on Webb, knowing that he was West Carter's main target. Good pass and look down to the post for A.J. Conley. And he gets his first basket of the night and extends out the lead to 3. Shot by Berry up, no good. Rebounded Salmons. He puts it up and draws the foul. And that foul is going to go against Mayab. And that's going to be his first, team second. Morgan County's going to call a 30-second timeout, so we'll be back here in 30 seconds here. You are watching 62nd District basketball here on Manta Sports Media.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And we're back here at West Carter where Hunter Salmons is going to be shooting 2. On the foul. First shot is up. That rims out. Do want to thank everybody. Make sure that you like our page, follow us, and share our page. Glad to have you all out there today. Good to see Sharon Brown and Christy Wolf Burchett out there, as well as Ralph Lowe and Diana Wolf McVeigh and Kathy Gillum Clark and Connie Hicks. And thank you, Shirley Irwin, for the stars here tonight. Also one of our stars giver last night. Do want to tell you that that is very much appreciated. We always want to keep Manta Sports Media free for you out there, and we never want to charge our customers. And that foul is going to go against Hunter Salmons, and he quickly picks up 2 fouls here midway through the first quarter. And they're going to put Landon Nichols replacing him as he comes out in a little bit of foul trouble early on. And you have right now, that was Chandler Linden gets the Morgan County lead up to 4. So 8-4, Morgan County on top midway through the first period. Gets it down to Berry. Crosses it out over to Nichols. Nichols gets it into Callahan, gets it back to Berry. Good baseline jumper, and he's going to pick up a few points himself. And the official comes over and says that that is going to be a delay of game on White, their first warning. So West Carter must have tipped the ball away from the person trying to get the inbound, and the officials give him the first warning of the evening. So Linden gets it out over to Conley. Conley going to drive down baseline, tries to look in. He carries the ball, and that's going to be another Morgan County turnover. And so West Carter will have the ball. Only down by 2 with 3:23 left to play here in the first period. Morgan County looks like they have a box and one zone defense going on at the moment. Gets it down to Nichols. Over to Lettingham. Lettingham, good look pass to Callahan, but can't finish it off. They're going to say that was a tip shot. Rebounded by Gillum. Gets it down to the corner to Conley. Conley puts up the shot, no good, but draws the foul. And they're going to say that foul is against Logan Berry, and that's going to be his first, team's 4th of the first period. And Conley drains the first one, extends out the lead, out to 3. Second shot up, and that is good. 4-point lead now by the Morgan County Cougars. They only had 2 leads last night, but this is their largest lead that they've had. Cross court over to Nichols. Nichols gets it back over to Berry, cross court, fakes the 3, drives it in, gets it back out to Nichols. Nichols powers it up over Lyden, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Tyson Webb picks it up and lays it in for the Comets and cuts the lead down to 2. So good court awareness there by Tyson Webb. Gets his 4th point here on the night. Gets it down in the post to Maynab, and we're going to get a jump ball. This time the possession arrow is going to point toward West Carter, so Morgan County will have the next possession. Morgan County still in the box and 1. They're leaving Connor Gillum all over Tyson Webb. They felt like they had some success with it last night. Of course, Webb's already got 4 on them here tonight. Oh, and right through the hands of Nichols and out of bounds, so that's a West Carter turnover. With 1:58 left to play here within the first period. West Carter not getting the shots that they did last night. Trevor Callahan came out quickly with 7 points. And we're going to get a reach-in foul by Gage Lettingham. And that's going to be his 2nd of the night, team's 5th. Sam Jones going to be coming in for Lettingham, and he's not happy about that one. Morgan County in the offense again. Liddon just about loses the handle on it, looking for somebody to get it to. Gets it out to Conley. Conley shot fake. Gets it out to Gillum. Gillum gets it out to Mab. He's going to pull it back up, reset up the offense. West Carter still in that man defense. Worked for him last night very well. Tries to get it down into the paint, deflected off there by West Carter, and now be out of bounds. Morgan County ball. Just a little over a minute left to play here in the first period. Morgan County still holding on to a 2-point lead, 8-10. Hesitates on the shot, gets it kicked out the side, and gets the 3 ball to drop is Logan Spencer. So he gets Morgan County out to their largest lead of the night at 5. Scores 13-8. Good look pass to get it to Barry down in the post. Dangerous pass, but gets it to him, and he ends up drawing the foul. And that foul goes against Logan Spencer, and that's going to be his first, team 2nd. Logan Barry's going to be at the line shooting 2. First one is up and in. Logan Berry, normally a 57% free throw shooter. Second shot up, gets that one to fall. Bryson Boggs coming in now for Logan Berry. West Carter starting to put up a 1-2-2 press, kind of similar as they did in the JV game. Warren County getting some good ball movement. Lyden takes a step too early, and he gets called for the traveling. So that's another Morgan County turnover. About 30 seconds left to play here in the opening frame. Gets it to Callahan, hesitates. Good look there to Nichols. He stops, turns, looking for somebody to get to, gets it to Callahan. He's going to pop up a 3. No good off the backboard. Morgan County drives it down, gets it down to the corner, and 3 ball there by Spencer. Webbs, he's going to put up a three of his own and no good. Just bounces it off of the rim. So Morgan County with their largest lead of the night here at 16-10. We'll be back here in 60 seconds here on Manta Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And back here at John Hott Brown Court, where Morgan County will have the ball to start out the second period. Do want to thank Shirley Irwin once again for sending us out some stars, tuning in from Perrysville, Ohio. Also, Tara Waddell and Wanda Lowe Lewis. Thank you all for tuning in to senior night here today. And that one just about over and back, but Morgan County ends up calling the timeout before he hits it across. So we're going to get a 30-second timeout. We'll be back here momentarily here on Manta Sports Media.
The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfast, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
And we're back here at West Carter after the Morgan County timeout to save from the turnover. Of course, 16-10, and those 16 points was what Morgan County had last night in the entire first half. So they're definitely shooting a little bit better here tonight. Good spin move there by Callahan. Puts it up and gets it to fall. So he's going to cut the Morgan County lead down to 4. Good shot there by Trevor Callahan. Now, West Carter last night had 22 points in that first period alone. And we're going to get an offensive foul against Morgan County. And that one's against Logan Spencer, so he's going to pick up his second, team's third of the night. Of course, keeping Connor Gillum right within range of Tyson Webb. As we said, I was their plan last night, and then they keep 4 in the box. Shot by Callahan, no good. Rebound to Nichols, but we're going to get a foul, and it's going to be going the other way. And that foul is going to be against Sam Jones. And that'll be his first, team 6. West Carter into a little bit of foul trouble here early on in the second period. Already with 6 fouls. West Carter still 3. And hesitates around, and Maynab's staring down the official, doesn't believe he took that little hop, but it was there. Gets it out to the wing, back up top to Webb. Over on the side to Jones. Jones going to drive it down, passes it right off the foot of Conley. So that'll still be West Carter's ball underneath the basket. Webb gets it into Nichols. Webb now top of the key, looking around. puts up a long three ball, no good. Rebounded Linden of Morgan County. Wes Carter still hanging in the man-to-man defense. Oh, and he took the step. He saw him as that was right, and he had his man on the side, but just held onto the ball just a little bit too much, expecting the probably one of the Comets to come in because they did force a lot of turnovers last night. Callahan gets it over to Boggs. Boggs up to Callahan again at top of the three, and he gets that one. Gets it to hits the bottom of the net, and so now Wes Carter is now within one. Gets it over Linden. Linden back up top to Gillum. Gillum last night, of course, really had a lot of penetration in on the paint. Couldn't get the shots to fall too much. And there Webb picks the pocket of Wright, puts it up with the layup, and that is in. So Wes Carter gets their first lead here of the second period, 17-16, so up by one at the moment. Gets it in the middle, has options, tries to get to Linden down in the post, but Callahan deflected that one and out of bounds. Logan Spencer checking back into the ballgame now for Chance Wright. Of course, Spencer has 2 fouls on the night so far. Gets to Gillum again. They're letting Boggs guard him. Dribbles around the side of the court. Looking for somebody, just about loses the handle on it, but Manab is there to keep it. And we're going to see if that went in. The shot went in. And that is no. They're going to say that was before the shot. So Tyson Webb picks up his first of the night. That was a three-pointer that went in by Spencer, but they're going to say that the foul occurred before the shot, and so that three-pointer no good by Morgan County. And the 1-and-1 there by Spencer, no good. Rebounded by Wes Carter. Gets it over to Boggs on the side. Jones gets it to Webb, gets it down into Nichols. Good look to get it over to Boggs. Back up top again. Jones is going to pop a three, and that is good. Extends out the Wes Carter lead to 4 now. Gets it back over to Spencer on the three, and he gets that one to fall, and that one's going to count, and gets the cuts down the Wes Carter lead down to 1, 20-19. Webb gets it over to Boggs and tries to get it back to Webb, but he was cutting across, and that's going to be an over and back. For Spencer with a little bit of a push there on Jones. No call on it, so you can definitely tell the tempers are starting to flare here just a little bit in this second period. Of course, Gage Lettingham checks in now for the Comets. And Linden tries to get it to Manab, and Manab didn't get the pass, so that one went out of bounds, and another turnover there by the Morgan County Cougars. Lettingham's going to pop a long three and gets that one to roll in. Has the shooter's touch with that one and extends out the Wes Carter lead out to now to 4. Cross-court passes galore, and eventually it goes out. Webb gets it, but tries to get it over to Jones and gets stolen himself by Morgan County. 3-ball on the way by Manab, and he drains that one. Cuts the lead now down back to 1. And we're going to get a blocking foul. Morgan County's not happy with that one, but that foul is going to go against Manab. And that's going to be his second, team's fourth. Coach Perry letting them have an earful after that one. Tyson Webb working the post. Jones gets it out to Nichols. Nichols going to fire up a 3. No good. Rebounded Trevor Callahan. Gets it out to Jones for a 2 and gets that one to fall. 25-22 with 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to play here in the first half. And there's a steal there by Jones. Can't hold on to it. The ball's on the ground. Gillum flips it out to Conley. Liddon's going to fire his own 3. That one rims out. Rebounded Webb, and he tries to get up to Callahan. Callahan can't hold on to it, but Lettingham gets the save there on the right-hand side. 3-ball on the way by Jones. No good. Rebounded by Manab of Morgan County. And he tries to get it over to Liddon, and that one sails out of bounds. So that's another Morgan County turnover. Logan Berry checking back in now for the Comets. As well, Ben Hampton is coming in to the ball game for the Cougars. And Hunter Sammons is going to be checking back in now for the Comets. Of course, Sammons and Lettingham both with 2 fouls for the Comets. Morgan County, Manab and Spencer both has 2 apiece. Webb wide open on the side. Lettingham don't see him. Gets it over to Sammons. Tries to get it into Webb, or not Webb, but Berry, and through his hands, and that one goes out of bounds. Morgan County gets the ball back in. And manages to hold on to that one. Gets it to Linden, and Linden right-hand side layup, good. That's the West Carter lead down to 1. And Lettingham's going to fire a 3, no good. Rebound taken by Conley, but he's going to end up picking up the foul. And that foul is going to be against Sam Jones, and that's going to be his second. As Trevor Callahan checks back in, as well as Connor Gillum for Morgan County. So A.J. Conley going to be shooting the bonus. First shot is up. Gets that one to fall, so he ties it up here at 25 apiece with 1 minute left to play here in the first half. And he gives Morgan County the lead, 26-25. Lettingham kicks it out to Sammons. Sammons fakes the 3, drives it in, puts up a right-hand shot. No good. Rebounded Conley of Morgan County. As we said, those shots is just not falling quite as well as what they did down in West Liberty for the Comets. And there's a good pick. Gets it up to Webb. Webb going to go for the slamma-jamma, and that is in. Big dunk there by Tyson Webb to give the Comets back a 1-point lead. He did that same thing right at the end of the Robertson County game, but he had the wide open lane and a way to put that one home. Just about picked off again, but we're going to get a foul. This one looks like it's going to go against Berry. And that's going to be his second here, team's ninth. Levi Maynab checking back in now for the Cougars. Chandler Liddon shooting the bonus. Gets the first one to fall. Ties the ball game back up at 27 apiece. He can take the lead with this shot. And does. So Morgan County up 1. Wes Carter got enough time to get one shot off. Lettingham eating up the clock. Fires a 3 and no good. And that is going to finish things out here for the first half. So close game here tonight as Morgan County is going to go into the locker room with a 1-point lead at 28-27. And so we will take a brief break and we'll be back with some halftime stats here. You're watching 16th Region Basketball live here on Facebook and YouTube on Mantis Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfasts, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
You're looking at me in the future. Okay. Hi, Isaac.
Hi. Wait a second.
Do you know who I am?
Julia.
This is Jaina. Into the future. I just wanted to talk to you about what happened with those two girls.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember it was this girl that I was getting bullied by that one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me? I don't think you know how much like that helped me, because like I finally like knew that I had somebody. Because of you, Isaac, and what you did for me years ago, I grew up to be more independent and love myself and just be a little bit more confident.
Aw, I'm like a little tearing up right now. Just to see her in the future just blossom and look beautiful, and that was really amazing.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And we're back here at West Carter High School where Morgan County leads 28-27 at the half. Let's take a look at some halftime statistics. West Carter not shooting too awful bad, 8 of 13 at the moment, 61.5%. That was about what they were shooting last night. Of course, big difference there is the three-pointers. West Carter with only 3 here on the night and shooting 25%. Last night they were shooting closer to 50%. So they'll need to get a few more of those shots to fall for them out there as well. West Carter has doubled up how many times they are at the free throw line. They're 2 of 4 tonight, 50%, same as what they were shooting last night out there as well. So taking a look at Morgan County, they've only had 2 two-pointers. So most of their points have come in off the three-point ball. Of course, they're 50% on the two-pointers, but they are 62.5% from behind the arc. Of course, last night they shot right at 50%, so they're hitting a few more of those here today. They went to the charity stripe 11 times and hit 9 of them, so they're 81.8% from the free throw line. One of the big differences from last night to this night has to be rebounds. This time Morgan County out-rebounding West Carter in that first half, 13-8. And then, of course, another one has to be the turnovers. Of course, West Carter is still pretty clean, only 4 turnovers in that first half. Morgan County with 11, but they had 14 last night. And so that's kind of a big difference out there as well. Of course, our score at the half, 27 West Carter, 28 Morgan County. Taking a look at scoring, Spencer Logan, he's got 11 points on the night for Morgan County, and he's 3 for 4 from behind the three-point arc. A.J. Conley, he's got 6. 4 of them come from the charity stripe and 1 from the two-point range. Chandler Linden has 5. Connor Gillum with 3, and Levi Maynab with 3 as well. The Comets, of course, Tyson Webb leading all scorers for the Comets now with 8 points. He's perfect, 4 for 4 from the two-point range, and he's missed his only 3-point shots. Of course, that also does include that monster dunk that he had there near the end of that second period. Of course, Trevor Callahan, second leading scorer tonight with 7 points. He's 2 of 4 from the two-point range, and he's 1 of 2 from behind the arc. Sam Jones in their third leading scorer with 5 points. He's got a 2-pointer and a 3-pointer. And then Logan Berry has 4 points. He's 1 of 2 from the field and 2 of 2 from the free-throw line. And then Gage Lettingham drilled a 3 there, a big, long 3 there in that second period. And so that's what leads up West Carter scoring at the moment. Of course, West Carter winning the points off turnovers. They've got 12 of them tonight with Morgan County having 8. But the big name of the game for Morgan County has to be those 3 balls. They found their range tonight, and they've gotten 15 of their 28 points off of 3-pointers. And then, of course, for them as well, they got 9 points from the free-throw line and 4 points from the rest of the field. Of course, West Carter's got 5 points in off of the bench from Sam Jones as well. And both teams both stopping each other 15 times out there. Of course, Morgan County had the lead at the end of one, 16-10. And then West Carter did outscore Morgan County in that second quarter, 17-2. And so that leads us to our score. That is right now, which is 28 Morgan County, 27 West Carter. The largest lead of the night has been from Morgan County when they led by 6 at 16-10. There's been 5 lead changes tonight, 3 ties. Of course, West Carter had a 10-0 run there in that second quarter, with Morgan County having an 8-0 run themselves in that in the first half as well. Of course, forgot to mention the officials for tonight. We have Tyler Maynard, Charlie Graham, and Chad Showers. Of course, Maynard was one of the officials from last night as well, so he knows both of these teams pretty well. West Carter's going to get the ball to start out the second half, and we are underway. Gets it to Hunter Salmons on the side, whips it around, finally gets it into Callahan down the paint, kicks it back out to Salmons. Lettingham gets it to Barry, can't get the fall, but rebound by Callahan, and he's going to get fouled. And that foul is going to be against number 25, A.J. Conley, and that's going to be his first, team's first of the half. And so that's going to send Trevor Callahan at the line shooting 2. He gets the first one to fall. Of course, Callahan, usually a pretty good three-throw shooter. So far, he's been, right at 50% on the season, but has only had 2 attempts at the line before tonight. So West Carter now has the lead, 29-28 off of the free throws of Callahan. Pulling it back out. Coach is telling them to run a play. Gets it over on the side to Maynab. Wanting a cut, not getting it. Gets it to Spencer. Spencer gets it shot blocked by Salmons, but Spencer gets his own deflection. Gets it over to Gillum. Gillum not driving it in quite as much as what he did last night. He was their leading scorer last night, and of course, so far today, has not been putting up the same points as what he had last night, because with today, he's only got 3 points. Gillum with the shot there, a little floater, and he tries to prove me wrong on that one and gets it and gives Morgan County back the 1-point lead. Barry driving it in, gets it to Callahan. Callahan with the hook, no good. Rebound to Conley of Morgan County. As we said, it's the name of the game has been shots, and for Morgan, it's been 3-pointers. Another one on the way, no good. Liddon gets the putback and gets the basket, so he's going to extend out the Morgan County lead out to 3. Webb gets it down to Callahan. Callahan gets it out to Lettingham. He drives the lane, kicks it out, but he's going to draw the foul. And that foul is going to go against Maynab, and that's going to be his third, team second. So Maynab getting into a little foul trouble. Gets it to Barry on the inbounds, and that's going to count. And that foul is going to go against Linden. And that's going to be his first as Barry goes for the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. This can tie it up for West Carter. And that one rims out, so Morgan County's still going to have a 1-point lead. Linden has it, tries to get back up to Gillum. Gillum gets it onto the side. Spencer's had a pretty good night so far. 3-ball on the way, no good. Linden tries to get it, tries to be saved there by Conley, but he can't get it to go, and so that'll be West Carter's ball. Wes Carter trying to get this score, trying to get the lead back once again. Gets it over to Barry. Barry's going to pop a three, and no good. End up Mayab with the rebound, and he's going to get it, and he's going to get the foul as he tries to drive it in. Logan Barry, he's going to pick up his third foul here of the night, and that'll be his third, team's first. Sam Jones going to be coming into the ball game for the Comets. We got the score corrected there. Drives in, and we're going to get an offensive foul as Maynab drives the lane, and that is not what Morgan County wants to see because that is his fourth. So we probably won't see him again until late into the fourth period. So Wes Carter, good job in getting position and holding the line, gets Mayab to draw up his fourth foul. Webb tries to get in as Lettingham gets it to him, but gets fouled. And Connor Gillum, who's been on Webb all night, picks up his first foul, and that's going to be the team's fifth. Morgan County had a pretty clean first half with only 4 fouls, but has picked up 5 here quickly. And Trevor Callahan picks up a 2 and gives Wes Carter back a 1-point lead at 33-32. Wes Carter needs to get the tides turning just a little bit so they can try to get their comfort on like they did last night. Of course, Morgan County moving a little bit better tonight. Last night they seemed to just stand just a little bit more, but that might have been one thing that they worked on just a touch. But, of course, they've only played 2 games, and they're going to say that one was on the ground. With Trevor Callahan picking up that foul, Linden made the shot, but they're going to say it was before the shot. And so it'll be Morgan County ball underneath the basket as Wes Carter gets their second foul here of the half. Gets it to Linden. Linden turns, and that time it's going to count. And that foul is going to go against number 14, and that's Hunter Sammons, and that's going to be his third. Team's third as Morgan County retakes back the lead, 34-33. And Linden extends that out now to a 2-point lead, 35-33. 4 minutes left to play here in the third period. They're still kind of keeping that boxing one going on, and 3-ball by Hunter Sammons, and he gives Wes Carter back the lead, 36-35. Linden thinking about shooting the 3, doesn't. And we're going to get a Wes Carter foul here. And that'll be Sam Jones' third, Wes Carter's fourth, so Sam Jones, Hunter Sammons, and Logan Berry all with 3 fouls for Wes Carter. Gillum's going to pop a 3. No good. Sammons with the rebound of Wes Carter. Get to Sammons. Good look down to Jones. Jones going to try to get it back up to the top to Lettingham. He bobbled it but maintains possession. Gets it to Callahan once again. Salmon's going to pop the 3. No good off the back of the rim. Lettingham once again comes out of nowhere to get that rebound. Webb's going to pop up a 3. No good. And Salmon's tried to save that one. And we're going to get a technical foul here. So Hunter Sammons picks up his 4th foul as a technical, as a little extracurricular activity as he tried to get that one off Linden. Out of bounds, ended up, it was going to be Morgan County's ball. but a little bit of extracurricular activity. So they send Spencer to the line to shoot the technicals. He misses the front end. Of course, after that technical, you could see Linden with a smile on his face, knowing that he got Salmons to bite on it. So Morgan County will have the ball, and we're all tied up. 3 minutes left to play here in the third period. 36 all after the technical foul. So Salmons, we're probably not going to see him until the fourth period as well. Gillum's going to pop a three, and that one falls for him. So 39-36. Morgan County back with the lead again. This has definitely been a back and forth game. And that one out of bounds. And Wes Carter is going to take a timeout to try to get things settled down. That's going to be a 30-second timeout. So we'll be back here in 30 seconds here on Manta Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
And we're back here at John Hott Brown Court. Hunter Salmons went back to the locker room. Looked like he had some blood behind his right knee. So he'll be back. Of course, he's got a little bit of time to get patched up before the start of the fourth period. Would like to thank Melissa Minor Owens for sending out some stars, as well as Christy Wolf Burchett. I do appreciate that out there as well. So Morgan County still has the 3-point lead, 39-36. We're under 2.5 left to play here. Morgan County finding that 3-ball range here tonight. Dribbles in, gives it out to Gillum. Gillum's going to drive the lane, puts up the floater. No good. Rebounded Lettingham. He's driving in. He doesn't have numbers. He's going to have to pull that back out. But no, he spins and turns around and ends up drawing the foul. And that foul is going to be against Chandler Liddon. And that's going to be his second, team 6. Lettingham, first one, drops down. Second shot is up, and that is good. So Lettingham drains both of those. Gets Wes Carter back within 1. So definitely a tale of 2 different nights tonight with Wes Carter not dominating quite as much as what they did last night. Liddon hits Hampton on the cut down, but that one's stolen there by Nichols. Lettingham gets it back out to Webb. And they're leaving Lettingham wide open on the left-hand wing. Gets it to Nichols. Nichols gets it down to Jones, and Jones is going to be fouled. And that foul is going to go against Ben Hampton. That's going to be his first. Just confirming, officials are confirming it was Ben Hampton. And so that's going to put Wes Carter in the bonus. But that was in the process of shooting, so he's at the line shooting too. Misses the front end. Salmons back in from the locker room with some tape on that right leg. And that one falls in there by Jones. Ties the ball game up at 39 each. course, Jones usually about a 64% three-throw shooter. Drive in there by Spencer, but tries to put the shot up, but no good. Wes Carter gets it. And some contact there, no call. Spencer's going to drive it back down, tries to get it to Liddon. And Lettingham tries to put it off the leg, but misses Liddon. So Morgan County's going to get it. We're under 10 seconds left to play here in the third period. Or excuse me, I thought 10 seconds. I'm incorrect. Under a minute left. And tip there just about stolen by Nichols. Lennon's going to take it in. And he's going to draw the foul and one. And that foul is going to go against Nichols, and that'll be his first of the night. Team 6. As Chandler Liddon gets the basket to fall, and he's going to be seeing if he can get them up to a three-point lead, and he does. So both teams will be in the bonus from here on out. Cross court over to Lettingham. Lettingham drives in, gets it out to Jones. We're under 30 seconds left to go. Lettingham's going to drive the lane, gets it out to Jones once again. Jones gets it to Webb. Now to Lettingham. He's got about 10 left to go on the clock. Gets the pick from Callahan. Tries a underhand shot, no good. And three ball on the way there by Conley, but he doesn't get it to fall. So we're entering in the fourth quarter now with Morgan County holding on to a three-point lead, 42-39. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on Manta Sports Media.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
8 minutes left to go in this game to determine who is going to be increasing up their rating within the 62nd district. Of course, the Comets 1-0 only defeated Morgan County, but Morgan County defeated Elliott County. Liddon with the shot and picks up the foul. That foul is going to go against Trevor Callahan, and that'll be his second. So he'll be at the line shooting two. But as we said, Morgan County 1-2 in the 62nd district. You know, looking to try to improve up to 2-2. Of course, Wes Carter, most of their 62nd district games canceled due to COVID. So we'll have to see if any of those will be made up here in this last little bit. But the Comets also has the All-A tournament to worry about as well. So scheduling is going to be a little bit interesting for them this year. Lettingham tries to get it down to Callahan, but he's going to be fouled there. Looks like it's going to be Conley. And Conley picks up his second. And that'll be team's eighth. So Trevor Callahan's going to be at the line shooting two for Wes Carter. Or excuse me, not shooting two, shooting the bonus, but he ends up shooting two because he hits the first one. So 43-40, Morgan County was still with the 3-point lead. Second shot's up. That falls in, gets it down to a 2-point Morgan County lead at 43-41. And Lettingham reached in, got ball, but they're going to say that he got him on the arm, and so Lettingham tried to plead his case to the official, but ends up picking up the foul, and that's going to be his third and team's 8th. And they're going to be sending Hampton to the line to shoot the bonus. First shot is up off the back of the rim. Rebounded Callahan. And tries to get it into Callahan. He fights his way through it, taps it to Jones. Jones lowers the shoulder and flattens over Conley. And so Jones is going to be picking up his 4th foul here of the night. And that'll be team's 9th. As we see Levi McNabb with 4 fouls himself checking into the ball game. Right now, Comets in foul trouble. You got Jones with 4, Hunter Salmons with 4, Logan Berry with 3, Gage Lettingham with 3. Of course, for Morgan County, right now the only one in trouble is Levi McNabb. And he's got 4 on the night. So 2-point lead. Morgan County still up. Liddon's going to drive down. And we're going to get a foul, and this is going to be going the other way. And Maynab has just fouled out of this ball game. And he's going to be replaced by Hampton, so he did not spend very long in the game as he quickly picks up his 5th and final foul. And that was a little bit of a strange event as Linden was going up for the shot. Gets it, Callahan retrieved it and then started heading back the other way, and Spencer was going to try to put it back up, but Maynab ended up on the foul on the rebound. Nichols hits the first one and gets it back within a 1-point game. Second shot's up. And that one falls, so we were back tied again at 43. As we said last night, there was not that many changes and everything else as far as lead changes on there. West Carter pretty much held it all the way. There was only 2 lead changes and 1 tie. As Lettingham gets the steal, puts it up, no good. Callahan tries to come in from behind, but ends up tapping it out of bounds, and so that'll be Morgan County's ball. So definitely a much tighter game here tonight. Gillum gets it over to the wing to Conley. Conley tries to get down to Liddon, and that is tapped up by Berry. He gets it to Webb. Webb tries to go up with it, no good. And Lettingham gets it and throws it off Spencer, and that goes out of bounds. And so it'll be West Carter's ball. So nobody really ever running away with this game so far as Lettingham puts up the shot, and they're going to say offensive foul. He picks up his 4th foul off that offensive, and so he's in a little bit of foul trouble himself right now as he matches up Salmons and Jones. Of course, Lettingham big in on the rebounding last night. And so we'll have to see. Hopefully he can keep out of foul trouble here for the rest of this game. Still 5 minutes, 30 seconds left to play. And that one tapped out by Nichols. He thought Hampton had touched it. Bryson Boggs is going to be replacing Lettingham. Of course, Lettingham, like I said, Lettingham, Salmons, and Jones all have 4 fouls. And so it looks like Morgan County is going to call a full timeout, so we'll be back here in 60 seconds here on Mantis Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And back here at John Hott Brown Court, where we're still tied up here in the fourth quarter, 43 all. 5:29 left to play. Morgan County is going to be taking the ball out on the far sideline. Gets it to Gillum in the back court. Of course, as we said, 3 Comets in foul trouble. Jones, Salmons, and Lettingham all with 3 fouls. And good deflection there by Callahan as Nichols able to grab that one and gets the ball back. So Wes Carter gets a good key defensive stop at this point. Gets it to Barry in the high post. Good look there, trying to get it to Nichols, but Nichols trying to get it to Callahan ends up losing it. And so turnover Wes Carter. Gillum's going to slow it down. Wes Carter's getting some good cuts down at the down in the post, but they haven't been able to finish things out. That one off the feet there, Spencer. He recovers it back. Wes Carter bench standing up, cheering on their team, trying to get their team fired up. And jump ball. Good job there by Logan Berry to get hold of the ball. Linden is pleading his case, saying that he was grabbed onto, but official Graham trying to tell him said it was ball. So Wes Carter gets it on the possession, and Morgan County will have the next arrow. Berry gets it back out to Boggs. Boggs gets it back to Berry atop the key. He stops, pops, no good. Rebounded Conley. Berry just about tied him back up again, but let go. Trying not to pick up that foul. And Boggs going to pick up a foul on reaching in on Gillum. And that's going to be Boggs' first. Of course, Wes Carter's already got 10 fouls, so Morgan County's going to be in the double bonus. As Gillum puts up his first shot, and it's good. Of course, Morgan County, they have 9 fouls, so the next one, Wes Carter, will be in the double bonus as well. Gillum shorts the second one. Rebounded by Berry. He tries to get it out to Callahan, but can't hold on to it. Spencer with the steal. 44-33, about 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to play here in regulation. And Sam Jones is getting ready to check in to the ball game. Linden gets it down on the side to Conley. Conley's going to drive it down, puts up one hand, gets that one to fall. 46-43, Morgan County back up on top by 3. They have led it by as much as 6. They try to get it down to Callahan, but they collapse down on him, but he's going to end up picking up the foul as Ben Hampton reached in on him. And so that's going to be Hampton's second. And Morgan County's 10th, so that's going to send Trevor Callahan to the line to shoot 2. First one's up and in. He's been a pretty good free-throw shooter here tonight as Sam Jones replaces out Boggs. Of course, keep in mind, Jones has 4 fouls. Lettingham coming in as well with 4 fouls, replaces out Nichols. Callahan still has 1 shot. This is Wes Carter within 1. Off the back of the rim, rebounded Barry. Barry puts it back up. No good. Rebounded Linden. So Morgan County still holding on to a 2-point lead. And he takes some steps as he was looking toward his right, tried to hit Gillum on his left, but crossed over. Coach Webb's going to call a timeout, try to draw something up here to get the game tied back up. It'll be a full timeout by Wes Carter, so we'll be back here in 60 seconds here on Mantis Sports Media.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
And we're back here at Wes Carter coming out of a full timeout. Right now we are at 34 on the night tonight. Wes Carter's been hit up with 20 of them. Gets it down to Lettingham in the corner. Linden with the rebound. It's definitely anybody's game here today as Linden loses the handle on it. Webb tries to get it. Linden picked up his dribble. So we'll be back here in 30 seconds here on Mantis Sports Media.
The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking. With the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
And you are watching Mantis Sports Media and 16th Region High School basketball action live here on Facebook and YouTube. We still have plenty of advertising spots available. So if you'd like to advertise with us, feel free to send us a message here on Facebook or shoot us an email at mantissportsmedia@gmail.com or call or text us at 606-207-3315. And so coming out of the timeout, Morgan County looks like they have 2 timeouts left. Had to burn one there quickly to save the 5-second count. But we're right at it. About 2 minutes left to play. Morgan County up by 2. Ends up getting there. Good ball movement there by the Cougars, but Hampton's going to pull it back out and give it to Gillum. Gillum drives down the lane, gives it to Spencer. Spencer over the side to Conley. Conley drives the lane, pops back out. Looking for just trying to run out this clock. Good drive in. And they're going to say that is an offensive foul there against Hampton to pick up the offensive foul. Morgan County not happy with that. The shot went in before the contact was made, but they called it into the middle, puts up a wild shot and gets it to fall. So we are tied back up 46 all. Minute in overtime this past week. But they're hoping to try to get this finished off within regular top of him. And we're going to get a timeout here by Coach Perry of Morgan County. Hates to call that one, but we're going to get another full.
Has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. Of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. 92 or online at james.doitbest.com.
Real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And we're back, Morgan County with the ball. Tries to get it inbounds, finally gets it into Gillum in the back court. One not happy with this team on how they were trying to get it done. On the center court line and gets the over and back to sports media.
The next time you're in Mount Sterling, take his best breakfast and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Lowering. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
And kind of an interesting PSA there. Out themselves, and I believe that's going to be their last timeout taken by Morgan County as they take what offensive set or defensive set the other team is in. But of course, this was just right on the back of Wes Carter's. Of course, Wes Carter still got a couple of time to get a shot and at least get the lead out here to put some pressure on Morgan County to try to get something done here with well under a minute left to play. So they break to him. Jones finally gets over. Gets it into Lettingham. Time has started. Fans on both sides starting to get on their feet on this one. Of course, Wes Carter, they can easily just hold for the last second shot. The three, and drains it! Oh my goodness! Logan Berry drains the game. They get it to the big man on the corner, and he drains a game-winning three-point shot to win this ball game here today. Primarily coming off the bench and ends up hitting a game-winning shot on senior night. The blood pressure commercial again to try to get my numbers down after that. Berry hits the game-winning. We'll get some final stats for you and also an interview with Coach.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. Selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Alam.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury. Family Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy plays. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all.
.org.
You're looking at me in the future. Okay.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi.
Wait a second.
Do you know who I am?
Julia.
This is Jay. It was this girl that I was getting bullied by that one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me, because like I finally like knew that I had somebody. Because of you, Isaac, and what you did for me years ago, I grew up to be more independent and love myself and just be a little bit more confident.
Aw, I'm like a little tearing up right now. Just to see her in the future just blossom and look beautiful, and that was really amazing.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
And we're back here at West Carter. We'll get an interview going on here just a little bit. West Carter winning in a last-second shot, 49-46 by Logan Berry, draining the tray here at the buzzer to get things taken care of. Let's take a look at some final stats here on the night. Of course, a good night by both teams. Definitely a different story from last night. West Carter ended up 11 of 23 on the night, shooting 47.8% on the night. So a little bit different from last night, but was just enough to hang on with the Morgan County Cougars here tonight. They were 5 of 18 from the three-point line, or 27.8%, and they were 12 of 17 from the charity stripe, shooting 70.6%. Morgan County was 50% on the two-point range tonight. They were 7 of 14. And then, of course, one of the big differences between them was that three-pointers, they were early on with the three-pointers. They were turned it up, but didn't get quite as much production in the second half. Ended up 6 of 13 from behind the arc tonight, 46.2%. And they were 14 of 20 from behind from the charity stripe, and 70% overall. So that was kind of a little bit of a difference out there tonight. Of course, turnovers still plaguing Morgan County as they had 19 on the night. I believe they had 22 last night and 19 tonight, and so that's a big difference there. Of course, West Carter taking a look at some individual stats. Of course, starting out for Morgan County, Chandler Lennon ended up getting to be the leading scorer for the Morgan County Cougars as he ended up with 14 tonight. He was 4 of 5 from the two-point range, and 0 of 1 from behind the arc, and 6 of 8 from the three-throw line. Right behind him was Logan Spencer, who turned on hot from the three-throw line, and that's what gave him his 12 points. Right behind him was Connor Gillum with 9 points. A.J. Conley had 8, and Levi Mayab fouled out of the game, but he had 3 on the night. Of course, Mayab, one of their leading scorers. Leading scorer once again was Trevor Callahan, and he has been having a fantastic last few days out there. Seems like the last 4 or 5 games he's been in double digits all the time, and he was the leading scorer, I believe, last night with 22, and then once again he's the leading scorer tonight with 14. He was 3 of 6 from the two-point range, and he was 1 of 2 from behind the arc, so he was shooting at 50%. Usually a shooting night for him as well. After him, looked like Logan Berry Probably no bigger shot than that three-pointer that he had at the end. He was 1 of 2 on the night, but Mamson hit 2 of them. Right behind him was Tyson Webb. He was a perfect 4 for 4 from the 2-point range. A little bit cold on the three-pointers. He was 0 of 3 tonight, but ended up getting 8 points. And right behind him as well was Gage Lettingham with 7. He was 1 of 3 tonight from both the 2-point and 3-point range, and 2 of 2 from the behind the arc, and 1 of 2 on the free-throw line. And then other comments on the scoring, Hunter Salmon stats that we had here from Wes Carter, and we are just now getting up the seniors here. I'd like to welcome them aboard. Come on in, huddle around, grab a seat, whatever we have here. Glad to have you all. A lot of people might say, what's gotten into you? But 22 points tonight, 14 tonight. How's it feel to be kind of really stepping up there?
Yeah, with Jackson going down, just getting the ball to each other, kicking them back out to our guards and stuff, and it's just teamwork.
Exactly. Now, how is it, of course, winning here tonight?
It was good. We kept it closer than we wanted to, but we came out with the win. That's all that matters. And
district win.
Yeah, glad to see the senior Logan hit the shot.
Absolutely. 2-0 so far on the season. Not facing East Carter so far yet, I don't know, and probably Elliott County as well. So reflect on your time here at West Carter. I know that you play baseball and golf and everything else. So,
weeks on 2 weeks, getting out of shape and having to get back into shape. It's been a lot of up and downs, but we made the best out of it. It's been a fun year.
Absolutely. Of course, like I said, you was off for about a month there for Bastards away from everybody else on there as well. Any outlook for baseball season? I know you signed with Morehead State.
Yeah. Super excited for baseball. We didn't get a season last year, and we had a pretty solid team to get to play games.
Absolutely, because unfortunately, that was right at the state tournament. How about your senior year? I know it's been a roller coaster, but how's it been for you?
I felt like summer school, staying at home, doing school. Just it's had its ups and downs, but trying to make the best out of it.
Absolutely, because you never know. Like one day, you'll be in school, then you'll go 5 days a week, 3 days a week, 2 days a week. Kind of changes all the time. Really, no fault of anybody's except for the COVID virus. But
I want to play in college, golf or basketball.
Because you're also on the golf team. So does that bring you two a little bit closer together, being in golf and basketball? And
a lot
We're
closer.
all really close. I mean, we grew up playing basketball together since we were like second grade.
Yeah.
Times whenever you play with the same players for an extended period of time, you do start coming together, and you almost can read their minds at time periods. And especially with some of your all's passes and everything so far this season, it's been amazing out there. So any shout outs or anything you want to give out to any of the people at home? Or
hey, shout out to Big Chungus.
Trace Tackett.
Trace Tackett wants to give a big shout out to them. Now we got the other seniors coming in here as well. We got Gage Lettingham. We'll get you here. So Gage, of course, coming back from an injury with football, had a fantastic football season. So how's it been on your recovery?
It's been good. I didn't think I was going to recover that fast, but everything healed up quickly, and I didn't have to have surgery, so it all came out good, and I got out fast as I could.
Absolutely, and I'm sure the team is definitely glad when you did come back on that first game. I know you got the round of applause and everything else. And your leadership out there, definitely been seen. Of course, all of you all, your leadership has definitely been seen out there. I've been saying that you've been coming out of nowhere for a lot of these rebounds, and your speed and quickness definitely has something for it. So, what about your future plans and everything else?
No comment.
No comment.
Hey, get a hot wife and make a lot of money.
Hey, there you go. And if you can play some ball or something like that in the meantime, have a good time with it and everything. That's the whole name of the game, because especially at your all's age, have fun with it. You only go through around this once on there. Let's hit up probably the man of the hour. That probably, if there was a Gatorade bath to have, he'd be the one getting it. Logan Berry.
Some cold water for sure.
Had some cold water out there. So Logan, what about hitting that three on senior night to get go up 2-0 against Morgan County?
I'm just glad we got the win.
I'm
glad I got to do it, but
just happy with the W.
Absolutely. That one's going to be on the highlight reel for a while, I'm sure, out there, swinging it out to you out there. So, of course, you play football and any other sports?
No, just football.
Just football and basketball. So glad to come back in your senior year. How's your senior year so far?
It's been a lot of fun. The team obviously, welcomed me back. It's been a good time.
So, and I'm sure that these guys and everything else glad to have you, especially tonight.
Definitely.
Because we know that no win is just any individual player, but one play does make a difference, and that play did definitely make a difference here tonight. And then we got Hunter Sammons on the end there. So come up here and get a little injury during the game there tonight. I know that foul, should have been a foul there, but not getting it. Just a scraped knee, or what happened out there?
We just got tangled up, I guess, going for a loose ball. So got pushed. I mean, that's about it.
Yeah, that happens. I noticed the tape on there. Probably just either a really bad raspberry or little cut that's out there. But how's your senior year been?
Senior year's been good, especially playing with these guys. Always bringing energy. So always fun to be around.
Yeah, of course, having to step up a little bit. We know, of course, Jackson Bond out for the season with an ACL, and you've had to kind of come in and fill in that extra guard spot there. So, what kind of mindset change have you had to have in between, starting out the season and now?
There's not really been like a change of mindset. We got 5 guys here that can score the ball really well, so we're always looking for one another and getting good ball movement. When we play with them, right here, energy, always bringing it. Yeah. So we all play off his energy.
And that's the whole name of the game is energy with this, because we know this is a game of back and forth, and whoever really can maintain that energy at the end. Because we saw last night, it seemed like Morgan County didn't have that energy at all. They kind of hung their heads right after that first period. Tonight they hung on a little bit more, had a little bit more energy, but you can definitely tell that you all wanted it more there at the end. Yeah. Able to come back from a 6-point deficit there to come back. So what about your future plans?
I'm not really sure. I've got offers for soccer. I don't really know if I want to go for academic or sports, but I think I'm going to go to school, be a school teacher. I'm not going to history. I think I would enjoy that.
That'd be good. So you could be either the next Kevin Brown or Dwayne Messer.
Yeah.
Now, the question is, do you play guitar and can you sing?
Hey, okay. We'll work on it.
I'll give you a tutor on it.
Yeah, we'll have to get you down to Nashville a little bit, let him introduce you to a few people, as well as in the Kentucky Department of Education, and let you get his spot there as well. So any last second thoughts, guys, on anything else with your senior year? Anybody else you want to give a shout out to? Or
couldn't do it without our coach. He's done great this year getting us together and stuff.
Shout out to Henry Glancy, our assistant.
Always been there.
Terrell. And coaching staff. Stan.
Yeah. And
Zach, Jeffro. Yeah, Jeffro for sure.
Oh, got to give it up to
Chris. Definitely Chris Perry. And actually.
Not Chris. Don't shout out Chris.
And also Rick Callahan. He got us together when we were kids, and we've been playing together since then. Every sport, everything. He was always there to coach us and stuff, and made us the brothers we are.
And that is awesome. Like I said, you got to give it up to Jeff Rowe. He's
also
been,
Jeff Rowe,
when I was in your all's place, I hate to say 20-some years ago, out there, Rowe was there, Perry was there. Just one quick last question on there before we get to Coach Webb. Are you glad that Chris Perry did not do the act like down in Morgan County? No. He tweeted out or put it on Facebook that he would not do it. Are you going to try to get him out there for a halftime show?
We won't, for the sake of our fans. We want to keep them coming to our games.
Absolutely.
But we love you. We love Perry.
We also got to give a shout out to the maker of Wild Wild West. Couldn't do it without that energy of that song.
That song, yeah. Having it played in warm-ups.
The song was good. Movie, maybe not quite as much, but it's a Will Smith movie. I mean, what can you do? Of course, probably, I'm sure it's probably a remake of something else that's out there. Well, guys, thank you all for coming up, being with us. Go celebrate out there tonight. Hopefully pizza's on somebody tonight. Worst case, put Logan out there and be like, hey, I won the game winner tonight. You need to start,
free pizza for all of us.
That's what we need there tonight. So thanks, guys. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you for everything you did.
Thank you, Manus.
Shout out, Manus.
Oh, you're welcome.
Shout out, Manus. We forgot that one shout out.
That was the name I got when I was in basketball. There was 4 seniors that we had. We had myself, Mantis. We had Corn Dog. We had Meatloaf, which I got to give it up to him. Patrick Flannery is now state representative.
That's right, yeah.
And then, Corn Dog was Roger Painter, not David Graver. Corn Dog was Roger Painter. Actually, his daughter, the painter that's over in Boyd County, top player, that's his daughter. And then you had Beaver, which was David Graber. He's up in Ohio now, big fan of ours as well. So, guys, thank you all. Good luck the rest of the season, and we'll be following you every step of the way. All righty, and here comes in Coach Webb now. Of course, tale of 2 different nights tonight. What was kind of any major differences out there tonight?
Last night we got ourselves in rhythm offensively pretty quickly. We were taking advantage of the box and chaser that they had going last night, and we had really good ball movement early in that game, and we got ourselves a couple high percentage shots around the basket, and because we were moving it so well, we got in rhythm offensively, and really it just kind of took off because all guys started making shots, and that's what happens when the basketball's being shared, and everybody's finding the open guy. But tonight was a little bit different. They done a lot different, not a little bit, but they done a great job of controlling the tempo. Last night we controlled the tempo. We got out and kind of done what we wanted. And tonight we allowed them to do that. We tried to push them, tried to pressure them some and create some pace and tempo. But it's like we just couldn't take advantage of the opportunities that we got. We'd get a steal or turnover and we'd give it right back, or we'd miss an easy, opportunity to the basket. A couple times we had some guys going in transition I felt like could have been strong enough to finish, and we just kind of bailed out and flipped the ball up. So, we just didn't take advantage of those chances that we had. And, give Morgan County credit for the game plan and trying to keep the basketball out of our hands, because they turned their offense over from side to side for a minute at a time, right?
Absolutely.
And that caused us to get a little bit impatient. But I'm happy that they chose to do that now, because that allows us to practice against it, right, to play against it, gives us something else to look at. And all you're doing now with these regular season games is just every time you see something new. So nobody's really slowed it down like that on us. So every time you see something new, it just prepares you, right? It just prepares yourself, and we can go and watch that film on how to play against that style of play.
Absolutely, because you're dealing with a short season, of course,
right,
as well. Of course, not really even getting to see a lot of teams out there that many times. Of course, this is Morgan County's, I believe, their 7th game,
right?
And 2 of them's been with you,
right? Yeah. So this is their 7th or 12th. Typically that kind of stuff starts coming out in mid-January to late January on a regular season. This year it's happening later. We were in warm-ups last night, and we just coming out on the floor, and there's about 18 minutes left on the clock, and Coach McGlone brought the starters over to me and from Morgan County, and we're kind of looking at our matchups. And I said, Coach, one thing that we haven't looked at or haven't practiced this year is a box and chaser and triangling too. And I said, that's just something that we've not worked much against simply because we haven't had time. We've had 2 different breaks, throughout the course of the season. We started practice December 13th, but we've been off about another month.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? So, of all the time that we've had. So, we're not there yet. So I was telling Coach, we're going to have to look at these things, and if they don't come out and show it to us immediately, they box and chase, and then they played us man, and then they played us zone. So, I just feel like every time we get to see those different things defensively, that's the better our team will get with it.
Absolutely. Of course, last night, good adjustments made. Of course, unusual Tyson Webb not getting any points last night on that box and chase.
Yeah, he was more assertive tonight. He was, and that's the first time that he had seen that. And I really think that we got playing so well early. The other guys started playing so well. I really think Tyson's mindset was just, hey, other guys are playing well. I'll pass. I'll do whatever, we need to do to win the basketball game. And he didn't get selfish offensively. You'll see a lot of guys get really selfish very quickly whenever they get chased and take some quick shots. But, he didn't do that last night, and I thought he had a pretty good balance of trying to take some opportunities to look to score the basketball and finding other ways to score the basketball tonight. So I was proud with his adjustment from last night to this night.
Yeah, because I believe he had 8 points tonight.
Yeah.
And a good adjustment because, as you were saying last night, of course, it was the big men You know, you had Trevor Callahan with 22.
Yeah.
And then what was it? Logan ended up with
11, I think.
Yeah, ended up with 11
last night. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, it's one of those things that you know, good adjustment out there because when they did throw that out there, you know, they would try to get that double team occasionally. You know, putting all that pressure in on Tyson, but. That actually just opens up a little bit more for everybody else.
And it does, and you could see us get impatient. You really, especially on the defensive end, you could see us. I mean, I was trying to create some pressure to speed the game up, and we'd done that. We got them to turn the basketball over, but then you would see us fouling a lot. Right, you would see just kind of get impatient and reach in whenever they didn't really expose the basketball for us to get it. So, you know, it's easy to get impatient, right? It's easy because when you think of the game last night, we had them, I don't know if it got to 34 or 5 points. It almost got the running clock, you know, and that's in their mind as well. It's like last night, man, we just took the ball from them at certain times, or we just, you know, we done what we wanted at certain times last night. But tonight was obviously different. And we tried to force that into happening, and got impatient and got ourselves in foul trouble. I think I had 3 guys on the bench with 4 fouls there.
Absolutely.
About 6 minutes to go in the game, you know, and 3 guys that plays a lot of minutes for us. So.
Well, that's where I was looking. I mentioned out there deep in that third or the fourth quarter. Last night, I think both teams combined had 23 fouls.
Yeah.
Tonight, I think you all ended up
35 combined.
Yeah, 35 combined. I mean, you know, different night. Of course, I know officiating crews are different and everything else. But like you said, you know, occasionally you get that when you do try to apply that pressure on just a little bit more.
Tyler Maynard was one of our referees. He calls the game and kind of lets guys play a little bit, right? So he was on that tonight. But you know, Charlie doesn't really do that. He calls it a little tighter. Chad calls it a little tighter, right? So, and then Tyler began calling it, you know, with the other guys. But it's up to us to adjust. You know, every night it may be different every night. Some referees, let you play more than others. So it's up to us to adjust on the basketball court to not get ourselves, you know, in foul trouble where I take some of my better players, or, you know, I have to take some of your better players out of the game.
Absolutely. And like I said, you know, that is an adjustment that these players do have to make. Because, you know, sometimes they might could get that, you know, little bit of a touch or something like that.
And it gets frustrating for them, right? Because they're thinking, man, last night that wasn't a foul, you know. So it gets frustrating. But, you know, you had a little frustration there. We had a technical foul, had a little bit of frustration, but the second guy always gets caught.
Right.
You know, he got pushed into the corner, you know, and the second guy always, you know, when he decides, man, I can't let him do that. You know, the instinct is to take up for yourself, you know. So when he comes out and does that, then boom, the technical foul. So it's always the second guy, and, you know, we can talk and preach that till we're blue in the face, but, you know, it's hard to go against the nature of, you know, taking up for yourself.
Absolutely, because, I mean, you know, that's one thing, you know, that you always, you know, I've taught my kids, and I know you've taught your kids that, you know, always stick up for yourself. You know, you got to have that self-advocacy out there, because if you don't do it, then nobody else is going to stick up for you out there as well. So of course, taking a look, I was talking to some of the players as far as the district goes and everything. Of course, got the 2 games in with Morgan County. East Carter, of course, I know that we had a game with them earlier on in the season, but it got canceled with COVID. I think did they say that looking at maybe scheduling them possibly this upcoming week? Or
I have messaged Coach Baker. I have sent dates to him that may be, you know, I threw out to him Friday and Monday of, you know, the next weekend. I threw that out there. I don't know if it'll happen. He said he'd get back to me, so he has to look at some things with his schedule, but the only thing that we have that's a sure thing right now is the All-A quarterfinal game, which is going to be played here Tuesday at 5:30. So it's a little bit earlier start time. You know, St. Henry's got a good drive to get here. It's about 2.5 hour drive from up there to be able to get down here to play. But they're a very, very good basketball team, Jeff. I mean, they're top 10 in the state. You know, their rankings top 10 in the state. They won the All-A state tournament last year, and they basically have, you know, pretty much their whole team back because they were a bunch of juniors. So it's a good game. They beat Covcath, you know. So they're a very, very good basketball team, and we're going to have to come out ready to play the Tuesday night. You know, it's a great opportunity. It's at our place, so hopefully we'll be ready.
Absolutely, because you know, of course, championship, it's going to get you down to Eastern Kentucky for that. But as you said, they are a very tough team.
Yep.
I think their only losses, I know one of them was against Lexington Catholic, who's undefeated on the season.
And we played a difficult schedule. We played when you look at the RPI rankings, the 15th region teams that we've played, you got the first ranked, Johnson Central's the best team down there, right, statistically. And Shelby Valley, they're the third ranked team down there. And then McGoffin County is a little bit above mid-pack. So we've played three very good out-of-region teams, with that. And now, we get Robertson County. They come to our place here for the All-A, and now you're going to bring St. Henry in. Robertson County has a 2,000-point score, so playing against that was a challenge. And now St. Henry's going to bring their team in here to play against us. So, all those types of games and those types of teams, that's what's going to make us better. Playing soft competition is it's good for your confidence. Right, it's good for your confidence, but it really gives people a lot of false hope, or a lot of, maybe not really that, but it's just, it just make you think you're better than you really are, depending upon your competition. So again, we've played some really good teams, so hopefully that will pay off for us here in the last couple of weeks of the season, headed into that postseason.
Absolutely, I've seen several teams like that. Some people want that great record. And they want to come in undefeated or something like that. But if they don't play anybody, then they're not. They're not.
The record's fine, but at the end of the day, what we're all playing for is how deep can we get into that postseason, right? Can we get ourselves to that state tournament? That's what ultimately we play. That's the regular season is all just preparation to go as deep as you can. You can win 25 regular season games and get beat out in the first round of the district because you've played an easy schedule. That doesn't really do you a lot of good, right? You get that quick ending and everything kind of ends on a down note. So, hopefully it'll pay off.
We're not going to get all these seeding games in.
Well, I think we're going to. We have an agreement with our district. We had a meeting and had an agreement we were going to basically cancel everything else to make sure that we got our district seed games in. We discussed just playing our seed, getting our seed games, or we discussed not even trying and just, doing the old blind draw like what it used to be. But everybody agreed we're going to get all of our games in. So we're going to make conscious effort to do that. Last 2 weeks of the season looks like the weather's going to cooperate. If COVID cooperates with everybody, we should be able to get them.
Hopefully, you always hate to have some downtime due to weather and everything else, but that may have helped us out on the COVID side on that as well.
It could very well have, because the numbers really come down right long. So hopefully that is a benefit.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, I'll go ahead and let you go here. Thank you for coming up for tonight, and of course, a good win
to make sure we had our play. I had 3. I was holding 3, so I just thought, well, let's just go ahead and call this one the way we want it to be done. And lo and behold, we come out and don't run it, but we get a shot from the printer and left playing with us this year.
Absolutely, and you got a great quality team, and we hope you a long run into the postseason.
This team is such a joy to be around. They've been playing loose. They've been so happy to be around each other. They're a joy, to coach. And again, man, I couldn't ask for a better group of seniors. Really couldn't. Awesome group that we have.
Absolutely, and that's one of those things I know, especially
5 months, 6 months at the most. And they have constant turnover, and it's very difficult to get a group. Especially you're throwing in a bunch of freshmen, it's very to have a lot of preseason, non-conference, conference games,
right?
Learn how to play with each other. And this year they went straight into difficult competition, and just hadn't got to kind of said that, one of them, I heard one of them say that, I don't know, I think Turl and Rick Callahan got those guys to what it is, that relationship that those guys build and that we build with them,
and it makes it fun. I'd like to see you down at Eastern Kentucky.
I'd like to as well, Jeff. Appreciate it.
But thank you. Have a good weekend on there, and we'll be as in a last-second shot by Logan Berry ends up winning this game for Wes Carter, ending up 49-46. Comets on top. They go advance up in district play. So for the Manta Sports Media crew, we all like to tell you God bless you out there, and vision and the running of Rachel and Sarah. It takes a whole crew to get this done here today. So thank you once again for the state tournament. So for Jeff the Manta Serwin, we wish you all good night, and we'll see you next time here on Manta Sports Media.